For 72 seconds on August 15th, 1977, the universe screamed at us. A radio telescope in Ohio called the Big Ear picked up something from deep space. The signal was so powerful that it registered 30 times above background noise. That's 30 sigma. For context, scientists celebrate when they hit 5 sigma. This was 6 times stronger than what we consider proof of discovery. An astronomer named Jerry Ehman reviewed the data days later. He saw the sequence printed on computer paper, 6EQJ5. He grabbed the red pen and circled it. Next to the numbers, he wrote one word, wow. That word became the name, the wow signal. The Big Ear wasn't pointed at anything special that night. It was conducting a routine sweep of the sky. The telescope didn't move. It couldn't. Earth's rotation did the work. As the planet turned, different sections of space drifted through the telescope's field of view. Each point in the sky stayed in frame for exactly 72 seconds before Earth's rotation carried it away. The signal lasted exactly 72 seconds. People ask why the signal stopped. It didn't stop. We looked away. The source kept transmitting. We just rotated past it. That's the first thing you need to understand. The signal didn't end. Our ability to hear it ended. The signal came through at 1420 MHz. This frequency isn't random. It's the emission frequency of neutral hydrogen. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe. When hydrogen atoms flip their spin state, they release energy at exactly 1420 MHz. Astronomers call this the hydrogen line. Scientists call the region around 1420 MHz the water hole because hydrogen plus oxygen makes water. And where there's water, there might be life. It's a cosmic meeting place. Here's why this frequency terrifies scientists. International law protects the radio spectrum near 1420 MHz. No broadcasts, no transmissions, radio silence is mandatory. We do this because the hydrogen line is how we study the universe. Human noise would drown out the cosmos. Nature is quiet here too. Cosmic background radiation exists at all frequencies, but at 1420 MHz, there's a natural silence. The universe whispers everywhere except here. A signal at 1420 MHz is deliberate. It's a choice. It's artificial. Something out there knew we would be listening at this frequency, or something out there uses the same logic we do. They picked the one channel where a signal would stand out against the cosmic quiet. The wow signal wasn't noise. It was intentional. The signal came from the direction of Sagittarius, specifically near a region called the M55 globular cluster. M55 is a dense ball of hundreds of thousands of stars. It sits 17,600 light-years away from Earth. The wow signal didn't necessarily come from M55 itself. It came from somewhere in that general direction. The Big Ear had a wide field of view. Pinpointing the exact source was impossible. All we know is the signal came from a narrow slice of sky. Somewhere in that slice, something transmitted at 1420 MHz for at least 72 seconds. In 2020, an amateur astronomer named Alberto Caballero analyzed the region. He searched for sun-like stars, stars that could support planets, planets that could support life. He found one candidate, a star nearly identical to our sun. Same temperature, same size, same age. But there are millions of stars in Sagittarius. The signal could have come from any of them, or from none of them. It could have come from something traveling through that region, a probe, a ship, a transmission relay bouncing signals across the galaxy. We'd been listening to that region for decades. The Big Ear went back the next night, nothing. Other observatories joined the search, the Very Large Array, the Arecibo telescope before it collapsed, the Green Bank telescope. Hundreds of hours scanning the same coordinates, total silence. The wow signal never repeated, not once in 47 years. Most people ask the wrong question. They ask, why didn't they call back? But what if they weren't calling at all? Imagine a lighthouse. The beam sweeps in a circle. If you're standing on the shore, you see the light for a few seconds. Then darkness. The lighthouse didn't turn off. It didn't stop. It's just pointed somewhere else now. The wow signal might have been a sweep, a galactic radar. Radio astronomers use this technique. You don't aim at one target and wait. You sweep. You scan wide sections of the sky, looking for anything interesting. Biosignatures, technosignatures, anomalies. If an advanced civilization wanted to map the galaxy, they would do the same thing. They would build a transmitter powerful enough to reach across light years. They would sweep it across the plane of the Milky Way. They would listen for reflections, for responses, for signs of life. The WOW signal lasted exactly as long as it took for Earth to rotate through the beam. That's not a conversation, that's a scan. They swept across our solar system. Their instruments registered our planet. They detected oxygen in our atmosphere, water on our surface, radio transmissions leaking into space. They marked our coordinates. They logged our existence. Then the beam moved on to the next star system, the next 1,000 star systems, the next million. We weren't special. We were just next in the queue. The silence after the WOW signal isn't mysterious, it's expected. You don't send a second ping to something you've already mapped. You move on. You continue the sweep. They found us. They cataloged us. They moved on. There's a concept in science fiction called the dark forest theory. It attempts to solve the Fermi paradox. If the universe is full of intelligent life, why haven't we heard from anyone? Where is everybody? The dark forest theory says the universe is full of civilizations, but they're all hiding, because the moment you reveal your location, you become a target. Survival in the universe might depend on silence. You listen, but you don't transmit. You scan, but you don't respond. Because resources are finite, expansion is necessary, and another civilization is competition for those resources. If a predator civilization finds you before you achieve interstellar capability, you lose. They strike first. They eliminate the competition before it becomes a threat. Humans have been broadcasting into space since the 1930s. Every radio show, every TV transmission, every radar pulse, it all leaks into space and travels at the speed of light forever. We've created a sphere of radio noise, 90 light years in radius. Any civilization within that sphere knows we're here. They know we have technology. They know we're broadcasting our location without hesitation. The WOW signal came from 17,600 light years away. That means whatever sent it transmitted the signal 17,600 years ago. It took that long for the radio waves to reach us. If it was a radar sweep, and if they detected our transmissions in 1977, their confirmation signal would take 17,600 years to reach them. Then their response would take another 17,600 years to reach us. We won't hear back for another 35,000 years. If they're talking. But if they're coming, if they decided we're a threat, they could already be halfway here. Maybe the silence isn't empty. Maybe it's full. Full of civilizations that learn to stay quiet. Full of hunters waiting for prey to reveal itself. Full of automated systems cataloging every world that might someday pose a threat. We sent the Arecibo message in 1974. We attached golden records to the Voyager probes, showing our location. We built a planetary radar signature visible from light years away. And in 1977, something pinged us back. Jerry Ehman circled WOW because he was excited. He thought he'd found proof. Proof that we're not alone. Proof that intelligence exists beyond Earth. Proof that the universe is full of voices waiting to talk to us. 47 years later, we should look at that red ink differently. Maybe WOW wasn't discovery. Maybe it was confirmation. Confirmation that someone out there is watching, scanning, cataloging. The Big Ear was demolished in 1997. They built a golf course where it used to stand. The most significant radio telescope detection in human history happened on equipment that no longer exists. The signal came from a direction we can't pinpoint precisely enough to search efficiently, and we keep listening. SETI is still active. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence never stopped. We've built bigger telescopes, better algorithms, more sophisticated detection systems. We scan the sky every night. We process billions of signals. We filter out human interference and cosmic noise. We look for patterns, for anything that resembles the WOW signals of SETI and process produces. Maybe we're searching for the wrong thing. Maybe the WOW signal wasn't a greeting. Maybe it was reconnaissance. Maybe first contact already happened, and we missed it. We looked away at the exact wrong moment. We rotated past the most important 72 seconds in human history and never got them back. Or maybe we didn't miss it. Maybe we recorded exactly what we were supposed to record. Maybe that was the whole point. They needed 72 seconds to catalog us, to confirm we're here, to mark us on their maps. We are still listening. Our telescopes point toward the stars every night. We wait for another signal, another voice from the dark. But maybe we should stop. Maybe silence is survival. Maybe the civilizations that thrive are the ones that learn to stay hidden, the ones that scan but never respond, the ones that catalog threats and eliminate them before they spread. The WOW signal told us we're not alone, but it never promised we're safe. For 72 seconds in 1977, something looked at Earth, and then it looked away.